And welcome to the super fun, awesome, happy time pedal and plugin today show. My name is Gabor, and today I'm looking at this. So the good folks at AmpliTube have released a couple of months ago now, I think it was late 2021, have released a Mesa Boogie 2 pack with a bunch of new Mesa Boogie amps. And today I thought I'll look at this one. This is one that I quite like. This is the California Tweed. Very clean F-style sort of amp, that sort of, American kind of clean sound. It's a lovely sounding amp, and I thought I'll check it out today. Full disclosure as well, the great people at IK Multimedia and AmpliTube have provided this, and pretty much AmpliTube Max for me, so I've got access to pretty much anything, which I should also mention, if there's anything in particular from AmpliTube you want me to look at, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try my best. So, to start off today, I'm going to be using this guitar. This is my Larry Carlton, Sire Larry Carlton S7 FM, which is a lovely guitar. I actually really like it. Okay, setup-wise, and I did a video on that kind of stuff here as well that you can watch. I'm going straight into, via my Peterson Strobostomp HD tuner, into the IK Multimedia Axe IO Solo interface. Now, the video that was up there and the video that is also linked below in the description is about using different inputs on different interfaces. Some, whether they're called mic input, line input, instrument input, DI, all that sort of stuff. They will give you slightly different results. So if you want to find out more about that, or if you have difficulties with getting your sounds right, going direct recording with amp sims, check out that video. Also, I should mention different interfaces will sound differently, so the preamps and different interfaces will sound differently, so it will result in slightly different sounds. I might actually even do a video where I do a shootout between my two interfaces just to give you an idea how different it sounds, going straight into an interface into this. So there are differences as well. Okay, so from guitar into interface, straight into Logic. Now with AmpliTube bypassed, it just sounds like this on a neck pickup. So that's just a direct, clean guitar sound going directly into Logic, nothing else. So there's no amps, none of the amps behind me are in any way involved. Now, if I turn this on, this is now the California Sun preset. So if you go to AmpliTube Collections, you go to Mesa Boogie 2, and I pick California Sun, right? So it's just that preset. I quite like that preset. It's a nice sounding preset. The only thing I do, which I always do, is turn the output down a little bit because it seems to be clipping. In my setup, it seems to be clipping a little bit, so I just turn the output down a little bit. Now that sounds, if I strum an E chord like this. So it has a compressor at the end. It's using the 2x12 cabinet. There's also a 1x12 cabinet, which we'll get into as well during this video. The reverb you hear is just a reverb from the amp, and there's also a little bit of room ambience. So from that room, it's in the, what room are we in? Is this one of the studios? Mid-studio? Is it the mid-studio? No, large studio. It's a large studio that we're in. And there's quite a bit of... I can turn it off if you want. I always find the room sounds kind of make it. They kind of make it sound more realistic to me anyway. I think it's a lovely sounding clean amp. Should quickly look at the controls. The controls are really straightforward. It's gain, treble, mids, bass, presence, master, and reverb. And then you have this multi-watt thing where you can change it from 40 watts to 30 to 20 to 10 and to 2 watts. Now, in amp sims, it may not be super necessary because you can just turn the overall output volume down. You can crank the master and turn the overall output volume down. But I guess it may sound a little bit different. We'll get into all that as well. So let's just, for now, this is that preset. I'll do maybe 2 or 3 presets and then we'll look at it more in depth, right? So. Oopsie. I think it sounds lovely. That's California sound. So let's just not touch this at the moment. Let's go to the other one I quite like. Cali Sunshine, is that the one? Yeah, so that's got a bunch more effects on it. So it's got a compressor up the front, like a Ross or MXR style compressor. This actually uses a 1x12 cab, which I think sounds really good in this actually. And you've got a digital chorus and reverb just to make it even bigger sounding in the end. And it reminds me a little bit on a neck pickup of sort of old Chili Pepper stuff, like Blood Sugar Sex Magic era, sort of that. Shouldn't really play that stuff because I'll probably get a copyright strike for that, but it's a lovely sound. Well, let's just leave it at that for now. Let's just get rid of this stuff. Let's get rid of all the other stuff, and let's just look just at the amp now, right? So this is now without anything else. This is just the amp with those settings going into the 1x12. What is it? A 57 and a condenser 87 that it's mic'd with. So that's just the onboard reverb that you hear, and let's turn it off just so you can hear. Even if you really want, turn the room sound off just so you can. Maybe that way you can hear the reverb a bit better. Let's just check out the reverb without the room sound. And reverb cranked. I think the reverb on here is lovely. So let's just turn the reverb down a bit. Let's bring the room sound back. I'll turn it maybe down a bit more. It's a lovely clean amp. Now let's, for example, let's check out the gain range. So, I mean, if we turn the gain down, it goes super clean, and then you got to turn that up. But then let's turn this down. Gain was up about here before. You can kind of feel the amp compressing as well. Okay, Okay, so now what we can try, it's at 40 watts. Let's send it down to 30. Oh, actually, let's try it at 40 watts first. With the output volume down a bit. Let's go to humbucker. That's sort of a cool, nice strummy kind of... fat, kind of overdriven. But then you go to the neck, the single coil. You can hear when you crank it like that, it's that boxier 1x12. We'll go to the 2x12 in a minute. But let's check this out now, all right? So gain is cranked. Let's crank the master too, why not? So I mean, that's as much gain as you get out of that. Now let's see what it sounds like if we go down to, let's say, 2 watts and compensate with the volume here. There's more gain now on 2 watts. So if we do the same thing now, again, on 40 watts, but turn the volume down. There's definitely more gain there at 2 watts. So the amp reacts quite differently. Let's quickly check out the difference in that sound between a 1x12 and the 2x12 California Tweed. So no, I'm not changing any mics. So this is just a 2x12 now. Back to the 1x12. I almost prefer the 1x12. Let's check this out with some high upper pickups. See what it sounds like. So this is my Fano Omnis MG6, which is a lovely guitar. And if you've seen videos of me using this before, which there's tons of them on our channel, these pickups are very high upper pickups and very good sounding pickups. I love this guitar. This is one of my absolute favorite guitars. Exactly the same settings, same sound. This is what it sounds like. I think that sounds really good actually. Now let's try again, same thing with the 2x12. It's much bigger, but I almost prefer, for rhythm guitar, you know, you want it to be maybe more, a bit smaller, a bit more focused. This is almost too big in my opinion, but it still sounds good. Let's maybe swap that for something like a 121 ribbon. You know what, I probably preferred the 87. Maybe for that move, that slightly more central. For lead, it's almost a bit too blown out. I mean, it bluesy kind of. But even for that, it's a bit too blown out. But the strummy kind of chord just. I think that sounds really good. Let's try that one more time with the 1x12, and maybe to give it a bit more body, let's turn that into the ribbon. think that sounds really good, actually. Now let's see what happens if we do that same sound, because I really quite like that sound. If we now take, let's say, do the old whack a tube screamer in front of it. And turn overdrive down and just boost it. It's a great rhythm sound, I reckon. That sounds really, really good. I think it sounds really good without it. Let's spread the two mics, room mics apart further. I think that's a great rhythm sound. What are these mics? See if we can maybe change those mics. What about if we make them overheads? Let's try a few different ones. What if we go to a medium studio? I think that sounds great. Okay, let's try the same thing again. Oh, I'm on that. Let's try the same thing again with the, what am I doing with that? With the 2x12 and see if it's a bit tighter. So now that with the tube screamer. It's, yeah, definitely more of a strummy kind of thing. Almost like it best without the tube screamer. And still, I prefer the 1x12. Much more direct. I don't know, for rhythm guitar sound, I think it sounds... The other one's almost too boomy, too much. I like this. For that sort of sound. For a cleaner sound, the other one maybe, but I think this sounds really nice. What else should we add to it? Maybe let's add... let's add a compressor. I don't know, let's add a tube compressor at the end of it. Again, I still probably just like it without any of that. I mean, I really cranked it, but... I mean, that's with it, everything cranked. Now let's bring that up. Let's go maybe 20 watts. Turn the master down a bit, turn the gain down a bit. Find a nice sort of clean overdriven sound. It's very loud, so I've got to turn that down. That sounds lovely. So for that, maybe a bit more reverb. If I could play guitar. See, for this kind of sound now, it's a bit too boxy almost. For the clean, let's go now back to 2x12. Maybe bring that much more centered. So yeah, it gives a bit more sparkle, and then that one, I think I liked it better before with the 87. That can go a bit further to the side. Actually, let's try the tube one. That's way too dark. Funky and turn that down a little bit. I think that sounds pretty good actually. Maybe let's try a different room for that. Maybe let's try the hall. Well, actually, what about the small studio for less? Let's very quickly, to finish it off with, let's try humbuckers just for something different again. So this is my Sire Larry Carlton H7, which you can watch a video about here. Lovely guitar. So let's see if we can get something. I think that sounds actually just like that sounds really good. But it's a funky kind of... Let's see what happens if we kind of tube screamer it a bit. So that could be like a, maybe a bit overdrive for that as well. there's your lead sound, there's your rhythm sound. Something like that. I think that sounds really cool. And then with that, you know, still on the neck sounds really good. All right, well, that was a quick, none of my videos are quick, but this was a look at the California Tweed, which I think is a really lovely amp in a Mesa Boogie 2 collection. I'll do a video on each of the Mesa Boogie 2 collection amps. Let me know in the comments below which one you want me to do next. Also, let me know if there's any other amps, because I've got AmpliTube Max. I've got access to every single amp, every single cabinet, every single thing that is in there. So let me know if there's anything particular you want me to do. Big thank you to the awesome people at IK Multimedia for providing this for the video. Big thank you to the awesome people at Sire for providing the 2 guitars, and big thank you to the awesome people at Fano for providing the Fano, wherever it went over there. Yeah, and the IK Multimedia, the interface as well, and the awesome people at Lewitt. You can't see it, oh here. The microphone I'm talking into, which is probably now was noisy, but yes, that's all the sponsors out of the way. Martin Smith pickups as well for my blue guitar. That one there, video for that here. And on that note, thank you so much and see you next time. Bye.